Hey, I'm Smith Bay and welcome to the Smith Bay channel where weirdness is totally accepted. And if you're a new visitor to my channel, hey there. I'm just playing. If you guys are new visitors, I hope that you're enjoying this video so far, even though I really haven't done anything yet. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my other videos. It's going to be more serious. I felt that since I'm such a strong believer of being different, being weird, and being yourself, I should share stories of mine. Because growing up, I was that kid that was singled out. I was the kid that was bullied. And I just feel like I want you guys to get to know me more, right, as a person. So here I go. Dear bully, you were so mean to me. I remember in grade 1 math class, I did not know what 1 plus 1 was. And I know, like, not knowing what 1 plus 1 is, that, like, is so stupid. But for me, I found out that, math is just not going to be my subject. And I accepted that. But you wouldn't let me forget it. I remember you would tease me every single day that I didn't know what 1 plus 1 was. You would get your friends to do it too. I even remember one time I was walking through the park with my mom and you came running and you yelled my name out so loud and you said, "Ha ha, Latea, you don't know what 1 plus 1 is. You're so stupid." I told you to shut up. My mom asked me who is that kid and I didn't want her to worry, so I just said, "He's no one, he's just some stupid kid." But it did hurt me. It hurt me a lot. Later, we did become some sort of friends in elementary school. And I found out that you actually liked me, and that's why you were so mean to me. If I knew, maybe it would have been different, but honestly, you shouldn't have to be mean to someone you like. You really hurt my feelings. Dear bully, I remember I first met you through my dad. You're my dad's friend's kid. I met you and your brothers and sisters. You and your brothers and sisters were so nice to me. Until I got to know you more. I remember it was winter and I was wearing this nice cute jacket my mom bought me. We were playing outside and my dad, before he wanted me to play with you guys, he wanted me to eat something because I haven't eaten anything. So I went over, ate the tangerine he gave me really fast, and I came back and I played with you guys and we were playing manhunt. Then I stopped because I was not feeling good at all. And it all just came out of my mouth and I puked. And then I found it funny. And because I was like, oh my gosh, I never digested properly. And then, so when you guys were laughing at me, it made, I wasn't offended, You even gave me this nickname. You called me Eskimo Tangerine Puke. And I found it so funny because I was like, my jacket's puffy and I just vomit and whatever. Then he wouldn't stop. I remember while we're playing manhunt, you made sure you convinced everybody how disgusting I am. Oh, don't touch Latea, she's gross. It really hurt my feelings. So I just didn't want to play with you guys anymore. And I stopped and I walked away. I remember one time in the summer, we were taking a family trip somewhere. I think it was the beach or some lake. And I remember I did not want to ride with you guys in your car. I did not want to ride with you. I wanted to ride with my dad and my brother because I was so done with the teasing and the bullying. I just wanted to like have an easy way there because I know once I get in the car, it wasn't going to be an easy trip for me. But I remember you and your brothers and sisters convinced my dad that I should ride with you guys because you liked me so much and you love me and all that. And then my dad just forced me. He's like, come on, let's just ride with them. Ride with the big kids. Ride with kids your own age. So I did. I got in the car, your dad's car. And instead of you saying, hey dad, can I sit in the front with you? Because we all know you want to sit in the front with your dad. You said, I can't fit in the back because Atea's legs are too big. That crushed me. That was the first time I felt at 8 years old that I'm fat. Dear bully, I remember you came late. You're related to the previous bully. I don't know why you came late to the house, but you did. And I thought maybe there's a chance you could be nice. But you weren't. At this point, I remember it was a summer party. I was so done with you and your brother and some of your sisters teasing me. I just didn't want to go back to my dad's house anymore when you guys were there. But once again, you convinced my dad that you missed me so much and you loved me and that I should come back. And I felt sorry, and nice person I am, I give chances, and I gave you another chance. I remember it was a summer party, and it was only you, your brother, and your sisters in the house. And you convinced that you guys did this game already, that you escaped a chair before tied up. You convinced me and knew how gullible I am, so I was like, okay, I'll try it. So you guys tied me up to the chair with the balloon strings that were attached to the balloons. It took me like 5 seconds and I'm like, I can't get out. I can't get out of the chair. Can you guys just let me out? And you guys were like, come on, try, you can do it. I tried, and then 3 more seconds, I'm like, okay, no, I can't get out. Let me out, guys. You and your brother and your sisters ran outside to play and left me there. I was tied up to that chair for like 15 minutes before your older sister found me and cut me out. I was so mean for you to do. I went to my dad and I was just so upset. And again, you guys came and said, you know, convinced my dad and said, oh my gosh, no, let's play, we want to play with her. And my dad again, once again said, okay, let's go play with them. Play with the big kids. Stop hanging out with the older people. So I went to go play with you guys. And you guys are trying to do a water fight. I told you that I did not want to get wet. You said, since 2 other people are already getting wet, you have to get wet. So to please you, I went to go ask my dad if I can get wet. He said I can't because I don't have a change of clothes. Came back and I said, I cannot get wet. I'm not allowed to. I don't have a change of clothes. But you didn't care. You got you and your brother. You and your brother picked up a bucket and started chasing me with a bucket of water to wet me. I ran for my life. I ran all the way to food basics. Once I got there, I looked back and you guys are gone. I remember people looking at me like, why is this girl running for her life? I walked back and you guys are laughing. You're like, oh my gosh, you were so fast. I couldn't barely breathe. You guys knew I had asthma too. I went back to my dad and he asked me why I was so wheezy. I didn't want to tell him anymore because it was like, what's the point? I don't know why you hated me so much. But you did hurt my feelings. Dear bully, I hated you so much. I remember we sat beside each other in math class. Not because I wanted to sit beside you, because we were assigned to sit together. My desk was close to the door and yours was to the window. So if any time you had to get up to use the washroom, I would have to push you in my chair. I remember those desks at the bottom were rounded, so it was hard to push you in my desk. On top of that, I had two students that were behind me, and I had the teacher's desk in front. So there was no possible way I could even move anymore if I wanted to. And I remember one day you had to go pee. And I seen you getting up after the teacher said you can. I started pushing in, but I couldn't go anymore. And you were like, that's it? And then you kept saying more, 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 push in more. And I'm like, I can't. This is how far I can go. And I remember you're like, you're so fat. You have thunder thighs. And then you went through and you pretended like I gave you this little space to get through. And you made this most dramatic way to get out. Like you were squeezing through walls that were this thin. And then you went back and you said you were so fat. It crushed me. On top of that, everyone was looking at me to make it even worse. And I remember sitting beside you every day in math class. You would always make fun of me, always call me fat, thunder thighs, I'm so thick. I remember one time I got to the point where I just ignored you completely. And you kept bugging me, kept saying, let's hit, let's hit, let's hit. So I turned around, I was like, what? And then you leaned in and you're like, why aren't you as hot as your friend? What happened to you? You're so ugly. But that wasn't my breaking point, no. It hurt my feelings, but that wasn't my breaking point. I remember one time I came to school late because I got my hair done. And I felt so beautiful, so pretty. I came in feeling so nice and so beautiful. Sat beside you because I had to. And then you were like, ew, what did you do to your hair? It's so ugly. That was my breaking point. I honestly started crying in class. And I didn't want to cry in class because it was middle school. I didn't want to look like a baby, a little kid. But I couldn't hold it in anymore. I couldn't take it. And I just started crying. Surprisingly, some people actually were nice and understood that you were such an asshole to me for no reason. I don't know what I ever did to you. I don't understand why you were so mean to me. I was nice to you. I never talked crap about you, about anybody. I never did anything to you. So there was no reason why you were mean. You were just mean to me. I did not like it. And I do forgive you. But I'll never forget. Dear bully, I'm signing off to let you know I changed for the better. That the name calling, the teasing, and the shaming made me a better and stronger person today. What you all taught me is that my imperfections is what makes me beautiful. So screw you. So that's the end of my video. I hope you guys feel that you guys got to know me a little bit better. And for people that are going through this situation or have gone through it, that you don't feel like you're alone and you're the only one. What inspired me to do this video is Shannon Bude. If you haven't heard of her, she's an amazing YouTuber. And she made a video called Letter to My Ex. And originally that's what I was going to do. But then recently I watched a show called 13 Reasons. And if you haven't watched that, it's such an amazing show. I can give you 13 reasons of why you should watch it, but then I'll ruin it. So just go watch it on Netflix because it's on right now. So if you want to watch it, go check that out. So then I felt that maybe I should make a video called Letter to My Bully, because I've been through a lot with bullies. You know, I've been singled out, I've been teased constantly, which made me feel so depressed and lonely. It made me wonder, why me? Why me? I was lucky enough to have my mother to talk to help me through it. Because if I didn't, I don't know where I'll be today. But for people that are going through this situation right now, there's always someone to talk to. I'm Smith Bay. Thanks for watching the Smith Bay channel, where weirdness is totally accepted. Be proud of who you are.